kind of crazy.
That's a steal now. I think
I'm
especially
saying.
because the Wii is like considered a vintage gaming console.
Yeah.
Like, I still play on the Wii Oh, we're going Dark Pit. Okay.
That makes sense.
Anyways, off topic from the Wii. We're actually going to commentate a set now. Alrighty, so it's interesting to see that Alternis went for a character who has his own projectiles. So that's going to serve him pretty well in a set like this versus someone like me Gunner. However, it looks like Sypher is finding the early advantage, able
Yeah,
to
for
set
real.
up and get some quick damage right now versus Alternis.
Sypher is low-key on one today. I cannot lie.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some pretty awesome upsets, so it's going to be cool to see how he does right now versus the Dark Pit. Yeah, and still getting Alternis to a pretty early damage, able to not quite find that stock just yet. However, able to change the flow of the game pretty easily and able to get that first stock.
It was a quick stock from Sypher, considering me Gunner.
Able to play very dominantly right now. However, just like I said, the way that a character such as me Gunner is able to set up and get his advantage is through placing his projectiles and then not allowing someone like Dark Pit able to get in. So it kind of becomes a war of attrition. However, when Dark Pit is able to get in, he can hopefully get a combo starter, such as the one we just saw. However, Alternis has a lot of damage to make up and went for a read like that, which I respect, but the spot dodge was going to cancel that out. Yeah, and just like that, yet another stock on the board right now for Sypher.
Yeah, that was low-key like a checkmate ledge trap. That was scary. But Alternis is going to find a stock here. Let's see if he can find a little combo. Okay, down tilt, nair, fair. Keep it going.
If he can get an early stock, it might be looking up for Alternis.
Yeah, and it's looking like he is really trying to do exactly that.
However, going to find himself with some modest damage right now, able to get a really good read just like that. Trying to go off stage, gets interrupted with one of Sypher's projectiles, finding himself off stage in disadvantage yet again.
At
Has
a high
an
percent
entire,
too.
Yeah, and still gets hit with that because of the timer on the invincibility frames.
Yeah, that's honestly one of the best options that you could have picked, is just wait on ledge, because obviously that forward air is not going to hit you. That forward smash is not going to hit you. You can just wait.
Yeah, the forward smash, but then with the bomb on stage, however, he took damage regardless, and then it sent him upwards to where Sypher could attack him. All right, still looking for that. Sypher still has 2 stocks. Oh, not anymore.
Nice neutral B. Alternis still hanging on, but it only takes 1 hit for real from me Gunner. And that was almost a hit.
Yeah. Even that hit, finding himself at nearly 200%, Alternis is undaunted in battle, staring at the face of Sypher right now, getting the combo and finding the game.
Let's try that again without me messing up 5 certain notes. If you're not naming it.
All right, looks like they're going back, and it also looks like he's staying pick, question mark?
Possibly? Oh, okay, never mind. We're getting our bans.
Then we're going back. Oh, that's why I said if you're not naming it, we're going back. No. I said if you're not going to ban
He's funny for that. I thought he was just doing it to do it. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Said, I want to ban. They're running it back. Yeah, so it looks like he is sticking with the pit. Oh my god, he's mentioning the only other me Gunner.
Oh my god.
Sled mentioned.
All right, but we are getting started right now. And now Alternis finding some early combos, not able to take too much damage. However, he is going to send Sypher upwards yet again, upwards and onwards.
Yeah, I like this confidence from Alternis, just going back to same stage, same character. He said, I'm going to beat you in this exact same situation. I do not care. He gives 0 hoots.
I think it's nice to see a player who is as confident as Alternis able to say, you know what, I'm going to prove to you that that was a fluke.
Yeah, for real.
All right, and finding his first stock, it looks like Alternis is here to set the record straight.
Yeah.
Sypher finding himself in disadvantage, able to make it back to ledge. However, he is still, oh, what a very nice counter right there from reflector right there from Alternis.
It's really awesome. I'm seeing all the GW people kind of crowd up in the back here, supporting their boy Jacoby.
Yeah, I mean, you can't watch right now. However, seeing their player up a game versus a player such as Alternis, pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, but Alternis is not happy about that. Already taking 2 stocks and looking for a third.
Yep, Alternis showing his dominance in this game. I think he's here to prove that this was that game 1 was a one-off, and finding the side B there, very nice stuff right there from Alternis.
Yeah, for real.
Sypher still in disadvantage, trying desperately to make it back to center stage, trying to find his advantage yet again. However, it is not happening. Alternis now in disadvantage himself. He knows he has the confidence to have
Oh my God.
2 extra stock. That was almost
wild.
that was almost a crazy call out. Alrighty, but all right, there's the first stock right there for Sypher. However, Alternis still has the advantage, but you know from the game 1, he is going to be playing carefully. However, he knows that he can take a bit of damage and continue to pile on this percentage onto Sypher. Sypher putting, all right, yeah, it's just kind of like a game of hot potato right now. Both of the characters like being sent every which way. You can hear the gasps from the audience right now as everybody is watching.
But I think Alternis is ready to wrap this game up, go to game 3, and that back air is going to do just that.
I'm going to fix that real quick. Sorry.
Guys, I love production. Okay,
Shout out production.
shout out production. Alrighty, so it looks like we are going to get a game 3 right now. Wow, it was really awesome to see that stuff from Alternis. I think game 1, it just kind of felt like it was more of an autopilot game than anything else, and like quite a few misinputs. However, we are going to PS2, same characters here.
Yeah, it sounds like Alternis just needed to lock in.
Which he did, and you know, like, to be expected. However, people are crowding around right now to see a hopeful Sypher upset.
Yeah, no, this might be a GW classic if it goes the way of Sypher, but Alternis not trying to let that happen at all.
Yeah, Alternis knowing he has a reputation to uphold and saying, all right, I'm good.
That was a cute little combo.
It was
I rock
a
with
nice,
the regrab.
like a cool 40% damage right there from that combo.
And that's dead. He's dead as
yeah.
hell. That's crazy. So yeah, Alternis not playing around anymore at all. Jacoby is going to have to kind of step up here.
I think he's going to go for it yet again. All right, it looks like Sypher's going to make it back this time. However, he goes right back to where Alternis wants him. Alternis able to follow up with some damage and send Sypher into disadvantage yet again. Sypher taking some quick damage, however, trying to find the opening. But that side B is not quite going to take the stock.
It's so scary. The angled up arrow. This guy's doing anything right now. And it's working, to be honest. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's the stock.
Man, all right. Alternis feeling himself right now. He is in his element. He knows that, all right, it looks like...
See that little orbitar movement? He's flexing right now, actually.
Doing a little jig for us right now.
Actually.
Oh, they were having issues with the monitor.
Oh my god.
Alrighty.
These combos onto this specific PS2 platform have been so nice. Like, just like the way that he's able to just kind of extend these combos off the platform, going for it again, actually finding a little frame trap. This looks like destruction right now. I cannot lie.
This is Alternis right now, playing to his strengths, trying to do everything that he possibly can to show us who is boss. However, he's going to find himself in disadvantage right now versus Sypher. I like that he was able to push the projectile from Sypher away so that he would not get hit with it while hanging on the edge of the stage. However, Sypher able to take a stock right there, his first stock of the game, but going to find himself in disadvantage pretty quickly. Unfortunately, it looks not very good for Sypher as he gets sent upwards, and that, wow, Alternis really fishing with those arrows.
Yeah, Alternis is going to want to close this out.
Yep.
And that side B is going to do Just that.
And since this is best of 5, we are going to get yet another game. However, Alternis with a target on his back and Sypher with a,
Yeah.
I think, with something to prove. It's going to be people coming all out swinging for this game. I am hyped to see the results. We've been seeing Sled at home or Sled 2.0. Amen.
That's crazy.
It's actually a really awesome, like, funny thing to say. I'm so sorry, Sled. Like, I did not mean to disrespect you like that. I was unfamiliar with your game, me gunner.
Yeah, so Sypher with the whole school behind him. He's going to want to turn up. All right, little tech away, kind of avoiding a potential combo there. But this one is going to hit. Just a little 1-2, though, 46%.
I think it's been pretty cool to see more projectiles at the start of this game than we've seen before from Sypher. I think that some of that was just Alternis not allowing him to set up, but as you saw, when he was in disadvantage, able to set up projectiles from off stage, able to send projectiles to where Alternis was in order to disrupt his rhythm. Alternis finding some openings, however, he is going to find himself off stage, and that was a very sparse shield right there, but we are going to continue carrying on.
Yeah, these combos from Alternis have been disgusting. Like, actually just so good. I did not know. I was not familiar with this game, honestly. With this pit, I did not know. I knew he had a pit. I knew it was like I didn't know it was like this. And that Nair is going to take the first stock. Alternis looking pretty good here. And Jacoby taking a second to breathe.
Yeah, Alternis saying, all right, bro, come at me. Let's do this through hand-to-hand combat. My swords versus your projectiles. Let's do this. That was a pretty awesome reflector right there from Alternis. Alternis in disadvantage, however, is still a force to be reckoned with, but Sypher able to find that opening and take a stock, evening things up again.
Okay. Parry grab from Sypher. He's kind of setting up on the ledge here. It looks like Alternis has kind of gotten past it, but is going to swing on that shield. Not safe. Back throw.
Okay, very nice air dodge in right there from Alternis in order to get away from the projectile, able to get away out of range of a potential F smash from Sypher. So good stuff, very aware of his spacing as he gets back onto stage, and then that I've seen a lot of like side Bs coming out swinging in this game from Alternis, and it's pretty awesome to see because that's not a move that you, I guess, expect very often. However, he's been able to make it work for him.
This is so awesome, just seeing everybody get so hyped for every single thing that happens in this set. Okay.
Right, that was an unfortunate air dodge in, and I think that Alternis was expecting that. But that charge shot, though, able to get another stock for Sypher as the GW explodes in cheers for their guy right now.
Yeah, it's just point and kill for Sypher right now. Definitely wants to hold on to this stock in the way.
That was a
stock
nasty stock.
Crazy.
I don't think Alternis was expecting that either. I don't think he was expecting the trajectory of that damage. However, he is going to take anything that he can get right now to close out this set versus Sypher. Sypher not going to let that happen as he continues. That reversal, insane stuff to see right now from Sypher as he sends Alternis upwards and onwards.
Wow.
Getting him to—
Yo, that was so nice. And everybody's popping off for Jacoby right now, going to a Game 5 against Alternis. That last stock was actually beautiful. And the way that he was able not only to find that up smash, but also to find the up air was perfect.
I think the adaptations that we've seen from Sypher have been so phenomenal in this game specifically. A criticism that I made of Sypher earlier is that he seems to follow a very linear game plan no matter the character that he's playing. But I've seen in this game especially, he's been able to adapt so much. And here we go, hearing the cheers coming from this crowd, coming to cheer for their boy.
They're so hype. Honestly, when Alternis won that game too, I thought it was wraps. I thought he was going to just like pack it up. Sometimes you lose a game and you're like, oh, I'm in danger. Like, you'll win game 1, you'll lose game 2, and it's like, oh.
That was such an unfortunate stock right there.
Yeah,
However,
speaking
we're
of
going to
that.
continue playing. Everybody cheering on their encouragements right now for Sypher. Alternis trying to find any possible opening that he can. You know, especially in a scenario like this, you have so much pressure being in a Game 5 situation, especially when you are the PR player versus the unranked
Contender.
GW guy.
Yeah.
However, Sypher putting up the fight of
Oh,
his life and
That's
almost
so
going
much
to
damage.
almost going to lose that stock right now from the full charge shot.
Wow. What
Find
a
that.
find on that up smash. The scooping hitbox from Megunner's up smash is so good.
I feel like up smash has done a lot of his kills in these games right now versus Alternis, able to find that side B, sending him farther away, able to send Alternis to reverse the situation, putting Alternis off stage. However, Sypher is in advantage yet again, sending Alternis to the corner, trying to wall him out right now with the projectiles, tacking on as much damage as he possibly can. Interrupting the side B, able to send him off stage again.
Yeah, this is so
However-
crazy. The forward throw is not going to take it. Jacoby is going to have a
Okay,
second
but
lease
that
on
arrow-
life.
that
with
arrow,
the-
though.
Yeah. And it's just hard. It's an uphill battle, to be honest, from Sypher. But we have seen that he's up to the task. So let's see if he can get this stock.
He is here to measure up. That was wonderful spacing right there from Sypher. That spacing, impeccable.
Oh my
honestly. That
god, these up
smash-
smashes are just making his money right now. Every single one of them is connected thus far. Okay. Little combo from Alternis. Not going to be too much, though. This is still in the realm of possibility for Sypher.
Again, the utilization of his charge of his various projectiles, able to disrupt the flow of Alternis' combos, trying to find what he can. That dare almost looking nasty. However, Sypher recovering right there.
Oh my god,
able to
the
find
extra.
that stock!
That's so crazy.
Sypher right now at 100%. He has a lot to do. However, he is going to do absolutely everything in his power to send Alternis off stage yet again, trying to find his advantage, trying to get his openings and his damage wherever he can. Alternis
the reflector?
doing nothing except countering right now, doing a little,
God.
little taunt. He's finding the... Oh, and that's going to be wraps.
That's so crazy.
What a set.
No, for real. I was not expecting all that. That down smash from Alternis is going to take the game and going to send Jacoby to loser's bracket. Wow.
I'm still reeling from that set, if I
Yeah,
can
no,
be
for real.
completely honest right now. I'm on the edge of my seat. As you could see, that adaptation from Sypher, able to utilize his projectiles in order to disrupt Alternis. The use of his up smash as well, with the range of that
That was
up
the
smash and the
MVP.
lightness of Pit, able to find